Hi everybody, welcome to our bi-weekly web stream. I am Kim, I'm the owner of On the Bias Designs, and we're going to talk about a whole bunch of fun stuff today. So we're going to cover a little fabric, plus I promised I would talk a little bit about what we saw at the H&H show a week or so ago, kind of some of the things we discovered and some cool stuff that we're going to be bringing into the store. So I wanted to start today with something I realized I had never shared but I had talked about. If you've been in the store, you've actually seen this stuff. So we had talked about the fact that we were going to be getting some kids fabric from Poland. And I just wanted to share, it is really gorgeous fabric. The cool thing about this fabric is it's all 60 inches too. So that's why if you see it, it's probably a little bit more expensive than the fabric we normally use because it is a little bit wider. But it is just some of the cutest patterns. We've got like, little raccoons and deers and foxes. This is cute little bunnies and foxes in little dresses. This is one of my absolute favorites. All the little animals sleeping. They look really cute in their little beds. And we got some really cute owls with tents. And then last but not least, some cute dinosaurs. So we do have this. There's a couple other ones. I think we have like a steampunk little panda pirate guy and a couple other ones as well. But just a huge shout out to Coastal Crafters, which is where we got this from. They also do have an Etsy shop. We don't carry every line of theirs, but if you go to their Etsy shop, they have it there too. So look for Coastal Crafters, or we do carry some of it in our store, and then we'll continue to add more to our collection at the store as well. So yeah, so just some really fun fabric that we've got. All right, so next, before we get to the H&H stuff, I want to just talk about something that I'm sure people are like, it's barely spring. We haven't even gotten to summer yet. Let's talk about fall. So right now is the really kind of, it's a little bit odd, but if you're a quilter or a sewer, you know that right now is the time you need to be thinking about autumn and winter sewing, right? If you want to get it done in time, you're probably going to start sewing it now. So we've been getting in a ton of Christmas fabric, all kinds of autumn fabric, and I wanted to share these autumn batiks that we've just been getting in. The colors of these are just gorgeous. And I wanted to bring in and just share a couple because who doesn't love to look at pretty batiks? I know I do. So these are just a few of the ones we got in. Some really pretty colors, really gorgeous blends on these. And what's really, I think, great is that, this is a sunflower. You could use some of this as not autumn. Maybe throw them with a green or maybe a bright orange or even a pink or even a blue. And I think you could get something that's maybe not autumn. This one I think does with the leaves, does probably skew a little more autumn. But I thought they were really pretty, and of course they're gorgeous soft batiks. So a lot of what you're going to be seeing, not just at our shop, but I think a lot of shops, because they're all going to be getting in their holiday fabrics right now. So keep an eye out. We are going to get a ton of stuff. We just got the Jason Yentner new snow collection, which we showed a couple weeks ago, in the store. So that's online in the store. We've got the kits and everything for that. So if you're looking for a really kind of fun holiday collection, I'm not going to call it Christmas. I'm going to call it more holiday, but it's very Scandinavian. It's like a red, white, blue with a green. It's really pretty. If you're looking for something a little warmer, to maybe make a batik. And I'm going to show, Charlotte's going to be really surprised because she dropped a quilt off with me this morning using these batiks. And I'm going to show it just because if you're thinking, gosh, what could I do with those batiks? I'm going to share what Charlotte did. So Charlotte, surprise, your quilt's getting shown on the live stream. So let me open it up here and just show you. And she's using a lot of the fabrics that are right in front of us. So I lean over and show this. So she did a really, really, really pretty quilt using these same batiks. You can see the pattern here, and actually she uses them all the way out to the edge. So I'm actually going to post a picture of the quilt on our website. So if you want to see this in real, the whole thing versus what I can show you right here. But I did want to just show that these batiks look gorgeous together in a quilt. All right, so cool. So let's talk about H&H. So H&H is an industry trade show where you'll be able to meet with other like for quilt shop owners, for artists, for crafters. Okay, so it's more of a wholesale trade show. So not something that everybody's going to get to go to. This was our first year going to H&H. We were really excited and we got to see a lot of pretty cool things. So there's a couple things that I wanted to share because they're things we're probably going to be bringing into the store or something similar to that into the store, and I wanted to share some of that. So the first thing I want to share is some bead stuff. So we're always looking for, we're looking for different things that we can carry that maybe one day you're just not feeling it to quilt. You want to do something crafty, but you're not really in the quilting mood. And we always want to find things that, or maybe your friend isn't a quilter, but she's with you and she's stuck in the car and she's thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to look at another piece of fabric. So we want to start to carry some stuff in the store that's going to kind of meet the needs of some of these other people who are maybe crafty, but maybe aren't quilters, right? While quilting first and foremost is in my heart, there is a lot of other craft things I do like to do. And this show was wonderful because it gave me the opportunity to see a lot of different things that I hadn't actually seen before, but they're pretty cool. And then we want to share, and we're going to start to bring, like I said, some of these into the store. So one of the first things was bead art. So this is specifically by Sabrina Frey. She had the most incredible art that she had done with beads in the store. We bought the kit. Now you can see I actually changed the kit a little bit. It probably goes this way. Then the design she had. But these were fun. This is, what's really nice is this wasn't hard to do. It's something you could do with kids. Or maybe you're just sitting in the afternoon, you're watching a movie, and you want to do something kind of fun. These come in a lot of different sizes. We're going to be getting some wood ones in that actually look like quilt blocks. So they're pretty neat. What's really cool is the beads are here, and I'm going to turn it over and shake for you guys. No beads on my thing. So the glue she uses that she made is actually a special glue that she made. So even if you aren't looking to buy necessarily bead art from us, if you go to Sabrina Frey's site, I believe she sells this glue. We're actually going to carry the glue, but I was pretty impressed. I can definitely feel my hand across here, and I can turn this a little to the side. You can see this is not like flat, and none of it's coming off, right? And I was really surprised because they showed it to us in the show, and I thought, does it really work that good? And it works really, really good. So I was pretty impressed with the glue. So we're going to start to carry some more bead art things, something that you can do, kids can do. Maybe you're looking for something just a little bit different, but a way to express yourself artistically. So we're going to be carrying some of this. For the quilters with us, there's a couple of really neat notions that we saw at the show. So one of them was this magic clip. Can you just hand me a piece of fabric? Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I love clover clips, and I have lots of them. And one of the things that frustration I have with clover clips is that they are you can't sew over them, right? You got to keep moving them. So I'm going to kind of hold this up to the camera a little bit here. I'll hold it up here. So you can kind of see, I don't know if this is going to work as good as I like. I don't know if it'll focus really well. But they're magic clips. We have them in the store. I'm not sure that the camera's going to focus in, but they're really flat. And what's neat about them is they actually have markings on them to show you where like the 1/4 inch is and everything, so that you can decide what kind of width you're using with your sewing foot, and then you line your sewing foot up to the line on this piece based on where that mark is, and it won't let you sew over it. So your foot will just ride over the clip, and you won't sew them. You don't have to pull them all out. So we have these in a couple sizes. I bought the big ones for myself because I do thicker stuff. But yeah, but the markings are right on the top. You line your foot up, you don't sew over it. So we really liked this. Tanya and I went. We thought this was really nice. So we've got them in the store. So if you're looking for kind of a fun notion. And I'll just show you guys how these clip on to the fabric. Just clips right like that. And you can see the clip on there. We also saw some pretty cool stuff from Caterpillar that we're going to be getting in. So first one is light boards, right? We use light boards a lot for our classes. I have, I think, 2 light boards in my sewing studio. I use a lot of them. I don't have samples of the light boards, but what they are going to sell and we're going to carry is a small light board. It's like 10 by 13. Fits in your bag. So now when you're going to that retreat, you want to use a light board, but you don't want to take your big one, it'll fit in your bag. Now it isn't battery powered, but it does, but it is small, compact, it is plug-in. The other cool thing it has on it is they have these new magnets that they put on the light board. So maybe you've got a pattern or a piece of paper and you want to hold it in place. These magnets will actually hold it in place, and the light board does come with that. So the light boards, I believe, we're going to get into the shop starting at the beginning of June. The other thing we got to see was by far the coolest cutting mat I've ever seen. So the cutting mat folds up to be about maybe 12 by 18, and then it unfolds to be a big mat. I think the mat was at least 45 inches wide. It was huge, but it kept folding, and you could fold it and unfold it and fold it. So as soon as we get the mats in, I think they're going to come in July. I will put a video. They don't have videos on their website for this yet. As soon as the videos come out, I'll post to it. It was pretty cool. We got to play with the mat in the store. We really loved it. Perfect for traveling. You suddenly need a big mat. Maybe you don't have a big space, but you want to have a big mat in case you just ever need it. This is the perfect mat, and it folds really cool. And what's really neat is every time you unfold it, all the numbers are in the correct place. And when you open it up to the full size, all the numbers are in the correct place. So it doesn't like you have to turn it funny. It always has the numbers that would be towards you. So it was very, very cool. So notion wise, these were some of the probably the cooler things we saw. We also got some automatic needle threaders in for those of you that do a lot of hand sewing. So that was kind of neat. All right, so the next thing we're going to be getting is some additional embroidery. And I'm bringing out this one from Abris Arts. This is a cross-stitch kit. I just think the design is beautiful. But what we're going to be getting from them is cross-stitch bead art. And it is really phenomenal, absolutely gorgeous. So my friend who was with me at the show, Tanya, hates hand stitching, right? And I told her I was so excited to see this stuff in person because I've seen it online and I wanted to really see what it looked like. And she's like, yep, it's going to be hard. You know, like, I hate it. You'll never want to buy it. We walked into that booth and she's like, you got to get this stuff. And she is not someone that generally will like to hand sew. And she said she'd actually like to do it because the stuff was just gorgeous. All of this is made in the Ukraine. This is one of the kits we got at the show. I really loved this picture. I thought it was just really pretty. Now, you're going to look at me and say, are those instructions in Ukraine? They are, but they do provide us instructions also that are US. So we can read them here as well in English or Ukraine. If you know Ukraine, you'll be able to read them both in English and in Ukraine. But the instructions are there. The kits all come with the thread, all carded, which I really like, and numbered. The beads are also numbered. You get your Aida cloth or whatever cloth it's going to be on, and it comes with a needle as well. So these we're hoping to see these. Anything coming from the Ukraine right now probably takes 3 weeks to a month. So it may be probably June by the time you're going to start to see these kits come in. Once they come in, I'll have put something for sure on our website. We'll have something on Facebook, and I'll bring some of the bead kits in to actually show you here on the live stream as well. All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about is shashiko, and I'm probably not pronouncing this completely correct, and this is going to be a little hard to see with the glare, but I'll put this one down. So this is Japanese, basically hand embroidery, or kind of handwork, and I really, really like it, and I'm going to just grab my stuff on the floor here, show you what this looks like. So the designs are really cool. So this kind of started out as a way they would mend clothes. And then what it's turned into is really more of an art. And here is just an example of a panel that you might want to do. It's really pretty. We saw some of the finished works. They're absolutely beautiful. This one, for example, is, we'll see if I can turn this here. It's based off of a Hawaiian motif, so it's got some flowers in it and leaves. I have one that I'm working on that I'll show you. It's actually this one right here. I can show you what it looks like. So the design you can see is kind of in blue, and then I'm actually stitching mine with variegated thread. What's really cool about these is the front and the back will match. So there's a specific way you're supposed to stitch them. Now, what's a little bit different, a lot of you are probably saying, oh, this looks just like regular embroidery thread. It actually uses thread that's probably similar. It's 100% cotton. The big difference is you don't break this apart, right? So if anybody has done embroidery, you probably remember how you'll split the threads, right? So you'll get basically something that has maybe 6 or 9 strands, and you're going to split it and use like 2 strands or 3 strands. One of the differences they have is they just sell you a different weight. So the thread is really high quality. You can see I decided to use the variegated to do this because I thought it was cool. So you'll buy your thread by weight. So there's like a thin and a thick weight. The color of the card will differentiate the weight of the thread. So you can see we have some 30, 40 here. This is a 20. And we'll have all the different colors in. We're going to have some classes on this. I think one of the ladies we met at the show, she goes to Japan every year. She's a certified teacher. She said she'd love to come and teach at our shop. So when we get the stuff in and we kind of gauge interest, we may actually offer some classes, but we'll have some videos and stuff. We have a lot of different designs coming in. What's nice is I think right now most of the designs we're going to get in are going to be about this size. So something you can easily sit and do in the car while you're watching TV. But they have some beautiful panels and some much bigger designs. So as we kind of see the interest and if people are excited about this, we'll look at bringing in more sizes and different types of designs. But I'll be honest, as somebody who loves to do hand sewing, I love to do cross stitch, I love to do crewel. I love to do just embroidery by hand. This was really fun. I've absolutely enjoyed it. It's been a little bit different because I tend to cross stitch more than anything. So, trying not to do X's, right? So it's been really fun. So we're really excited to be able to carry this. So it's going to be something kind of new, kind of different that we're going to have in shop as well. So there's also a couple of different versions of this that we're going to be carrying. Like I said, we'll carry the thread, we'll carry the needles, as well as the pre-printed pieces of cloth. What's really cool about the cloth, though, is when you're done sewing, you put it in water, and all the blue ink that you see here is water soluble. So it'll come off, and what you're left with is just your design and no blue ink, which is kind of cool. So yeah, so we're excited about that. We're also going to be getting something, it's a Wisconsin-based company called Quilt Magic. They have some really neat products. So maybe you have some scraps of fabric. I actually think their kits come with fabric, but there's no reason you couldn't substitute in your own scraps. But what do they make is these quilted quilt block pictures that are really, really incredible. So we're excited to be getting some of that in. And then we're also getting some different fabrics in too. We've got a couple of fabrics at the show from Africa. So just some different kinds of fabric, something a little different. Maybe you're looking for something that's, a little unique to what you're doing. So we've got some of that coming into the shop as well. So a lot of really fun stuff. So stay tuned for more. You'll start to see this as it comes in. It takes a little while because some of these vendors aren't in the US, some of them are overseas. So as we get this stuff in, I believe the Shishiko stuff is going to be in probably in the next 2 weeks. When we have a little bit more of it in the shop, other than the couple samples I got at the show, I'll bring it on our next live stream where we've got it, and I'll show it. But we'll have some stuff on the website, in our newsletter, and then we'll post some stuff on Facebook as well. So really cool stuff. So the last thing I want to mention before we go is that I think I kind of alluded to this 2 weeks ago, we are going to be doing a bus shop hop. So if you are in the Wisconsin, Illinois general area of the store, Save the date for September 28th. So TLC in Janesville, Terry is the owner of the shop there, and I are going to be sponsoring a bus. And we're going to be doing a shop hop with a couple other shops in the area. It's going to be an all-day event on the 28th of September, which is a Saturday. We'll have more details out about this probably in the next 2 weeks. You can sign up when the sign up is ready. You'll be able to sign up at our shop or Terry's shop. The cost, I think, is going to be, right now I believe it's going to be $80 a person. That covers snacks, it covers your lunch, it covers a full day of shopping, and you get a gift bag as well. So more details will be coming, but just save the date for right now so that you're ready for it'll be a little after the Wisconsin Big Quilt Show, and you'll have an opportunity to have some fun and join us on the bus as we go visit some other shops in the area. So with that, I just want to thank everybody again. We just absolutely love working with all of you, seeing all of you, and I love especially when you bring in the beautiful things you create like Charla did for me today. So I look forward to seeing more and hearing more from you. Thank you again for supporting our small business, and I look forward to talking to everybody in 2 weeks.